Hello everyone, my name is Kari Wolf. I'm from Adobe, and I'm here today from the floor of Adobe's Summit User Conference at the Venetian in Las Vegas, Nevada. We are broadcasting live in our think tank, and we've gathered together some of the most influential people and thinkers in the marketing and advertising space. And I'm excited to introduce you today to one of them, and I'll be interviewing him to get his thoughts. This is Emmanuel Miran, who is the Chief Technology Officer at Mondolez. Emmanuel, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, Kari, for having me.
Now, I wanted to start out by just introducing people to Mondolez. If they're not familiar with the name, they are certainly familiar with some of the brands that you include.
Yeah, I believe so, actually. I'm sure all of you know about Oreo, about Cadbury, and you have so many other brands actually within Mondolez. You have more than 300 brands within the Mondolez portfolio.
And they're all in the snack food category?
They are all in the snack food category, in chocolate, in biscuits, in gum, in beverage, and in snacking meals.
They are definitely many of the things in my pantry as we speak, so I'm very, very familiar with your brands. I wanted to start by asking you about the process of creating experience for what are literally consumable brands. How important is experience in your business?
I think it's absolutely key. It's no longer just about selling products, actually. People don't buy just products. They want really to buy experiences. And for brands nowadays, it's really to stand for something, to really have a purpose, and to really understand what are the needs of the consumers and how those brands actually contribute to answering those needs. So it goes way beyond just the products itself. Right?
And would you say that it's fair to conclude that no one is exempt from that need to create an experience, whether it's a software product that you use for years at a time or a food product you're consuming immediately, the need is the same?
Absolutely. I mean, absolutely. Nowadays, everybody, actually consumers eat differently, shop differently, seek different type of experiences. And it's really impacting the food industry, actually. It's not only food, but all of the industries.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Now, let's shift gears a little bit. As the Chief Technology Officer, it's your responsibility to look at the technology landscape as a whole and to think through what kinds of products and tools will help you enable that experience that you're looking to create. So I wanted to ask you, what's on your radar right now? What are you looking at as enabling technology?
The way we look at it is we are really looking at the consumer journey and the different data touch points with the consumer, between brands and the consumers. So all of those touch points are a unique opportunity to collect insights from the consumers, to then actually reflect with personalized messages that are really meaningful to the consumers. So artificial intelligence is definitely a key area of research for us. Data is absolutely the new fuel to actually power and synchronize and orchestrate the different interactions with the consumers. And content personalization at scale is absolutely key for brands. It's no longer just one message. It's really consumers expect to feel different, and for brands it's really to interact with them in a unique way.
You've mentioned a lot of the buzzwords that I'm hearing at the event today, which is great. Artificial intelligence, data, content, personalization, all of those things when you combine them together really kind of equal digital transformation in my mind.
Absolutely, and it's a journey, and what is really exciting, and sometimes it can be scary at times, but it's very, very energizing for brands that we are exploring every day, and there is no sure path forward, so we really have to test and learn quickly to really see what is working, to really engage with the consumers and see where do they react positively and where do they not.
Yeah, what would you say Mondolez is doing really well today when it comes to digital transformation? Is there one thing that stands out?
I think Mondolez is really recognizing the importance of testing and learning and doing it very quickly. So, for instance, today we are testing with our Cadbury brand some gifting, new business models, right? With a Cadbury gifting box. With Oreo, we have an Oreo cookie club that we launched also with Amazon. And really direct to consumer is a new space where we are continuously testing and learning. So where we are doing well, I think, is we are really recognizing that we continuously need to iterate, to test, to learn, to actually the marketing loop has not changed. You still listen, you reach, you engage, you sell, but it's moved from to listen, to reach, to engage, and to add value to the consumer.
Right, and all of that has to happen very quickly. It has to happen at speed.
What is really changing is this wheel is spinning so much faster than before,
right.
and the touch points are so much different,
right.
and so much numerous than before. Yeah.
In fact, that leads into my next question. You spent 20 years at L'Oreal before joining Mondolez. A lot has changed during that time. How would you sum up the evolution of the relationship that consumers have with brands during that time?
I think, you're right. L'Oreal, amazing corporation, huge portfolio of cosmetics brands, and what really has changed is we moved from a product-centric type of approach with many new launches a year to really a consumer-centric approach. What does it mean? It's really to actually not only sell cosmetic products, whether it's mascara or foundation, but it's really to help the consumer through tutorials, for instance, to apply this type of products, to feel better, to feel more beautiful. And again, it's really to add a purpose, to each of the brands. Whether the brands is targeting a segment of consumers, which can be millennials, right, or more senior type of consumers. It's really what has really changed is, as you said, the spin is really spinning much faster. The touch point with the consumers is much different, and the main change is the consumer is now in charge. It's a consumer-led revolution. So on one side, it's scary to think that the consumer can decide or not to continue in a relationship with you just by a click, but it's the reality of today. So for brands, they really don't own a relationship, they have to earn it every day.
That's right.
So it's really about being excellent, it's really about being brilliant. There is no place for average anymore.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense to me. It's a highly competitive marketplace, and like
Exactly.
you say, consumers are in charge.
Yeah.
I would like to ask you one final question. What kind of advice would you give to organizations that are looking to travel this path and create better experiences with their customers?
I would say, start now. Don't wait because it's not going to stop. It's going to continue to accelerate even more than it has in the last few years. And at the same time, it's very exciting because it's a two-way type of conversation. And so it's really about being in the conversation nowadays with the consumers, wherever the consumer is. And today it's shifting from mobile apps to voice. So to explore this new space, which is really disrupting also for brands because there is no visual anymore, right? And so it's really actually to not be afraid of testing, learning, failing, hopefully not too costly, but to learn from it and to explore new spaces. So more than ever, it's really to differentiate and to be meaningful for the consumers, to add value.
It's fantastic advice. We so appreciate you joining us in the think tank today. Everyone, as a reminder, we've been talking with Emmanuel Miran, the Chief Technology Officer at Mondolez. Thank you so much for tuning in. We hope you found this valuable.